Okay. And get one of these up, maybe. Yep. Great. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. Looks like everything's working as intended. As always, we start with the connections in the mini. Mini, go. For this, you'll be swimming with the fishes. Something with the mafia. Birth related. Natal? I want to say. They're in for a rude awakening. Cut shortcut is Control X for cut. Nairobi is its capital. Don't remember for sure. Whom to tell turn off the lights or play some music? Oh, Alexa. In the worst way. Badly? Maneuver done from the left lane only. A U-turn. A la carte. And a quick bite. A snack. And Nairobi was Kenya, which was not my first choice, so now I know. For this, you'll be swimming with the fish. Okay, so scuba. Gotcha. Play on words. I get you. I get you. On to the connections we go. Okay, we've got I see rainbow, I see leprechaun, but I don't see two others to go with it. Parens. What? Okay. I don't know what that's gonna have to do with this, but banana. Okay, elves. What is all this? Show off and strut and bluster. And I feel like rooster is a similar vibe. I don't like the others, so that's probably one of them. Let's shuffle that into the corner. It's almost certainly the yellow. I don't even know why I do this shuffling thing. There, that's good enough. All right, banana. What do we know about bananas? They're yellow. They're something you peel. Um, nah, it's probably not that. Something you draw. You draw a flight path. You draw a dagger. You can draw on eyebrows. But I don't know that I like I feel like that's onto something, but not sure. A number, account, count a leprechaun. Okay, so this has to do with breakfast cereals, perhaps. Elves, like Keebler elves, and the leprechaun for Lucky Charms, and Count Chocula. Um, is there a crow? or a banana. That's another like 3 out of 4 right there. Congratulations, you're first. So between banana, parens, whatever the fuck this is, asterisk, rainbow, number, and crow, there's a third one between those 6. Asterisk and a rainbow. How are you today, though, Witch? Parens. What is this? What the fuck is this? What is this? Do you know what this is? Run club in 80-degree weather? In 80... Wait, what? Is it like outdoors? What is this? 80-degree weather is rough if it's humid. Is it humid? Also, is there a breakfast cereal mascot that's a crow? Do you know? Or like a candy? Something like that? Very humid lately. Damn. Is there a crow or like a banana or a rooster? Are any of those like breakfast cereal mascots that you're aware of? Because I know elves like the Rice Krispie treats or Rice Krispies and like Lucky Charms and Count Chocula, but I don't remember what the fourth one is. Like it feels a little too correct. Yeah, I thought Rooster would go with Strut and Show Off as well, and probably Bluster is the yellow. That's almost certainly one of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4 down here. Um, but I like to see if I can put the whole thing together beforehand. I'm gonna go with Crow, but like Crow, I don't know. Maybe just Rainbow. Nah, because we already have Leprechaun for Lucky Charms. How's it going, Dex and Mex? Do you know if I have a fourth breakfast cereal mascot? And the rainbow's not a mascot either. These are clearly mascots. I feel like it's a crow, but maybe there's like a fucking talking banana or something. I could totally see that. Rooster for cornflakes. Okay, but now consider this. Rooster, Strut, Show Off, and Bluster. Or is Rooster not the fourth one? Is there a different fourth one here for like various forms of Show Off? Because like it's possible that Rooster is not for Show Off. But yeah, Rooster for cornflakes does make sense. This looks correct to me. But we do know that those 7 are involved somehow. 1 and then 2 and this like corner of 5. But now the other 9, I was also thinking things that are drawn or drawn on. You draw a flight path, you draw like a weapon or a dagger. You can have drawn on eyebrows. but I'm not sure, again, what the fourth one would be, and that's what's making this hard. Parens is for parentheses. Okay, but like, what do those go with? I saw that that could just be a shorthand for parentheses, yes, but I was like, but what is that? What? Like asterisk? Those and like number, those could all be at the top row of the keyboard, but is there another one that's up at the top row of the keyboard? Hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and select this first. Well, damn. I just don't know. I'm gonna select this first. Okay, so the rooster is definitely the mascot at that point. There we go. Serial mascots. So we have show off, strut, and bluster, and then there's some fourth one they're expecting from us. Perhaps a rainbow or something? And what does crow have to do with all this is the other question. Because I haven't found a way to fit crow in. Crowing, like boasting. Okay, I can see it. There it is. Now, I see these three, and I see these three. But I don't know if those are correct. Um, oh, you know what? These follow an arc. And these are superscripts, perhaps, or something like that. Ways to denote a citation. Okay, yeah. The dagger being that little thing you see in the top corner of like, on like packaging. What platform for poker? Never played poker on PC. Oh, we're playing Balatro. That's why I've got the category set as Balatro right now. Here. Let me fix it so that people don't get confused. I'll put it in quotation marks. Poker. No, I generally don't do gambling stuff on stream. If I did poker, it would be fun games with friends, but no, ain't nobody on at this time on a Wednesday. Apologies for deceiving you like that. Oh, good. And it popped up right away. No edits needed. And how big is my blind? About 450. Speaking of, what do we want to do today? I was thinking 1 or 2 runs of Balatro, depending on how long it goes, but I kind of want to do like a little fun run, so I don't want to try too hard. I'll start with a negative something. I played poker once with friends, absolutely zooted on weed. How did that go? Alright, we did the stoned deck. Speaking of. Was everyone zooted or just you? I've done a lucky cat before. We should hold off on that for a little bit longer before running it back. I don't know, maybe we just start with a negative blueprint and send it. Or maybe we see how big we can make our Wii. The stakes were too low, but I ran out of money quickly. Just full sending it on every hand. Oh, I see. Okay, let's go with the Wii. And if we're gonna play the Wii Joker, let's go ahead and play the Abandoned deck on Gold Stake. And I will refresh until it is not perishable at the very least. And I will also refresh every time that happens. That's not a good enough straight, unfortunately. That's a good enough full house, though. Great, Eternal's fine. We take those. Mail-in rebate, send it. Buffoon pack, hit me. Those are not coming with me. Get out of here. Next. Alright, I want to discard 3s. And I want to play 2s. If possible. Okay, guess I'll be playing this 2-pair. Ante 1, small blind possible in one hand. That would be great, wouldn't it? If they gave you an option to just be able to win. Okay, so this straight is definitely winning when you consider the Wii Joker. So now the question I ask myself, is it worth playing a single 2 just to gain 8 chips on that? And I believe the answer to that is yes. An abandoned run with an eternal negative Wii. Oh my god, it is a shame that you are perishable. But for the time being, you're coming with me because mail-in rebate is gonna make me some bank. Honestly, level up my high card. Right, exactly. You gotta be willing to dig for something like that, and when it doesn't hit, you just lose. I'll take a full house. Does the full house win? I don't believe it wins. Which, I mean, like, I could move the blueprint over, but I'm kind of trying to farm the mail-in rebate here, so, you know. We'll take the 2-pair, I suppose. I'll move you over. There we go. Cool. Day 16 of asking for Balatro smash or pass. One of these days I'll get around to it. Might not be today. Ooh, we could have taken the business card for that amazing synergy on Abandoned deck. Really? Anti-2 Needle again? Fuck off, dude. Nobody likes you. Alright, what am I discarding? 9s. I can do that. Say less. And get this Three of a kind here. Oh. Oh my. This is probably still not winning, so let's just send it. Good. We got a bunch of 9s to discard. Keep the 7s. Big. There's a Beaver in chat. We are gonna be playing the Beaver game later. Vampire. Holographic Vampire Eternal. Holographic Vampire. Honestly, I'm not sold on that. It is good though. Like we are playing on gold stake. Realistically, I should probably just take that. Judgment made. Maybe we don't. Ride the bus is pretty fucking free. I never thought of it, but is the only one type of card ever scoring seems like an interesting challenge mode. Before first shop, you are forced to dig for 4 of a kind. So, is the only one type of card ever scores? Are you talking about like rank? Huh. That sounds incredibly tedious early, is what I would say. I am going to take this vampire. I think it's worth it. And I'll take this hanged man, and let me, I'll reroll. Those suck. Go next. Skip for 10 bucks? I don't think so. What are we discarding? 3s? Say less. $330, huge. We got the full house right here. We throw the magician on the 2s. They're gonna get removed immediately. I understand that. The ride the bus will always increment. The Wee Joker gets some value. I'm not gonna bother duping any of this because it's not important too. If we don't win in one, that's fine, but I think we're probably just going to. Okay. Worthless. Photograph. Now, thing is, mail-in rebate expires next round, so I am probably going to keep the riffraff unless I see something worth replacing it. Oops is pretty much worthless because I have the vampire. An obelisk. There's a world where I could make an obelisk work this run. We're going spending today, it seems. Now, I really want to just play full houses now. Probably get it up to like 12, and then I can run the obelisk. Wee's up to 64, vampire up to 1.2. Let's open the jumbo standard, see if we find something we can make use of, like another 2. Only play 1 hand. Okay. Well, I see my full house, so problem solved. Let me go ahead and hang some 5s. And just honestly play my full house, I think. I mean, I'll look for a 4, just in case, just like that. Extra 10 bucks for the road. And I can play a full house with 2s instead. Very cool. Perpendi, hello. How are you? Lesson in making obelisk work would be nice. I don't know how to coexist with that thing. Consider it a dead joker slot until you can get enough of one particular hand, and then just don't play that hand anymore. right? So I'm intentionally letting it reset every single hand, playing full houses over and over and over again until I have enough of them that for the rest of the run, as long as I don't play full houses, it won't reset. I'm good. Nearly midnight on my side, though. Getting pretty late, I see. I have a lot of late watchers, it would seem. Paradolia, if I want to make sure Ride the Bus never works again. We'll take a rough gem. And what's in here? Nothing worth taking. Take the extra discard, and that could go pretty hard and go next. Blueprint expires next round, which will suck. That's a 4 of a kind of aces. I feel like I should probably play that, because it's here. Alright, sorry Blueprint, see ya. I won multiple red stake decks by getting Obelisk. I'm also slightly obsessed with Obelisk. I think a lot of people don't like Obelisk, but I'm one of those people who kind of does. 2 extra aces. So the thing about 2 extra aces is 1 strength means that they're 2s. So I'll take that. And I think I will pass because I'm being charged money right now. Well, nah, let's check the uncommon. Uncommon's gonna be pretty good. Do I care about this boss? Not really. Let me get the Diet Cola. I could double my money 3 times. That'd take me up to 46 and then up to 126. The question is, can I beat the pillar? And I think the answer to that should be yes. Guess we'll see, eh? It's also a better skip angle because it's the pillar that we're facing. Okay, there's a full house. Cheers. Yeah, go ahead and reset. That's fine. That was the whole point anyways. And then we go looking for another full house. In fact, I think I want to look for specifically 2s and aces. Okay, 3s and 2s works as well. Go. Just learned how to use Obelisk recently, and now I can't even understand the hate anymore. It's just too good. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's actually really good. We all want Blueprint over Obelisk, this is true. If I had my choice, I would still be taking Blueprint. Okay, so we use just random upgrades because we want to get the vampire leveled up. We want to take something other than full house levels because we intend to swap off of full house. I would say 2 pairs probably a decent alternative. Okay, let's go. Let's take the 50 chips on pair just because it's here. I don't mind hieroglyphing. I think that's fine. It allows me to scale up my obelisk, right? Since I don't want to get to a point where I need the slot here. And here's another tip. Go ahead and spread out your rerolls. So, like, I could reroll all the way down to $25 here, or I could just not do that, reroll down to like 80 and let the cost of rerolls reset between shops. This is a bait. It's perishable. Alright. Let's take this level, do 1 more reroll, and then we'll go next. Alright, go next. We're looking for them full houses still. Honestly, get rid of that pair. I'd rather just see 5. There we go. Either way, it would have worked, but this works more, I guess. We Joker up to 120 already, going hard. Honestly, no rare Jokers are bad. It's just that you get an ungodly amount of Obelisk rather than Blueprint, Brainstorm, Baron, etc. Yeah, I would say that there are definitely some rares that are like not great. Like there aren't any bad ones. There aren't any that are like, I actively don't want this. But like, we aren't gonna pretend like Hit the Road isn't a very niche Joker, right? Or that every round is a driver's license round. Let's see, are there any other like bad ones? Like ones that are like, I really don't like this. Like Campfire is definitely on the higher stakes. It's hit or miss, depends on how many rentals you have. Like this game, I probably wouldn't take it. The trio is a little bit of a bait for me here, because I am going to stop playing full houses, and that feels like the easiest way. To make a 3 of a kind, right, with it. Like, if I don't play full house, then I have to play either a 4 of a kind, or a 3 of a kind, or a 5 of a kind to get the trio value. That being said, it's definitely better than Sly Joker, so I'm still gonna take it, but this feels like one that I could easily sell a little later on. Let's see if there's a 2 in here. I'll take the ace. And probably re-roll one more time. None of that. If I had gotten this guy earlier, that would have been nice, but nope. Alright, go next. How many full houses are we up to? 9. Great. I'd say play 2 more full houses and we'll be good. And I only say that I'm gonna go up to 11 because there's a couple of hand types that I'm probably not gonna play very regularly, mainly like straights and such, so I can't really play all of the hand types freely. Okay, let's hang again. Yeah, actually. Yeah, let's hang. I was considering using Star there for the rough gem, but that's probably not a long-term pickup right there. I'll take a Lovers for the Vampire. Go next. 1 in 7 drawn face down. Those are a very horrible 2 to have made me drawn face down. But it seems like it doesn't matter. Yeah, Obelisk is somewhat situational. I'm a big fan of Onyx Agate, great into mid to late. Yes, Onyx Agate is one of the best. For what it's worth, that's an uncommon, not a rare, but Onyx Agate is very good for just like winning games, right? Like, of the 4 suit jokers, it's probably on a similar tier to the Spade Arrowhead, I think it's called, which gives the 50 chips. I think they're pretty comparable. But yeah, Bloodstone is the best for Endless, but it's very situational, right? Like, it's not really that good in a standard game. Alright, let's start scaling Obelisk. Anything but full houses is now where we are. Huge. Let's start it off strong, 5 of a kind. $20. Hiker is alright, but we already kind of have a chip solution here in the Wii Joker. That's rental, I don't want it. Go next. Yeah, I guess I'll play that. My Wii is very powerful and grows more powerful by the day. He siphons power from his opponents. I'd take the 20 bucks, but I see another 2 twos. No repeat hand types. That's fine. I'll actually take a flush. Well, let me discard first, make sure I don't just like draw into something crazy. Let's play the straight flush, right? That way, like playing these weird hands that might not be quite as good as playing the twos, but don't count against the obelisk. You know, that's pretty good. Ancient Joker's not going to be valuable enough here. Let's go clearance sale. A little bit of order there. I shall name him Mini Wii. Oh, he's not so mini anymore. His Wii is almost as big as Evil Knievel's. He's getting close to 250. If I'm gonna win with a flush, I might as well put the 2 in there. I don't mind putting down a Wheel of Fortune. Nice. This is, I think, a little bit better. Yeah. Marginally so. Let's go ahead and play, I think, just a 4 of a kind here. Just to sort of save our potential 5 of a kinds if we need them later on. Something tells me that's not going to matter too much, but in case it does. Let's see what we got here. Camera glare, true. Cards drawn face down after each hand played. Very cool. Now I just need a hack. Where's my hack? Time to start rolling for hacks, I think. That's not a hack. Am I okay with an ectoplasm? I think I might be okay with an ectoplasm. I shouldn't have taken that telescope, that was a horrible choice. Skip on these. Telescope is actively bad with Obelisk. Because your most played hand is the one you don't want to level up because you're not playing it anymore. Would you eventually pivot to flush 5s? Yes, I would say so. Honestly, I should stop playing 5 of a kinds because we're winning by so much. I could easily win with just like 3 of a kind. Queens held in hand. How many of those do I have? I'll play a straight. I don't think that wins, but that's okay. Actually gets a lot closer than I would have thought. And, I don't know, let's play a 2 pair as well. Play some of these lower hands. It'll also allow Obelisk to scale up more during the rounds. Driver's license is never gonna work with Vampire. Four Fingers might allow me to unlock the flush 5 a little earlier, but that's about it. I'll take the Luchador. Maybe I'll get some use out of him. I don't mind that costing me money. That allows my Wii to grow faster. Let's just play a 3 of a kind and see how that does. Still winning. Obelisk scaling makes up for lack of levels from planets by a fair bit, as long as you have a chip joker of some kind, be that square joker or whatever else. Although square joker is a little hard to make work because you have to play exactly 4 cards. You might want to scale your obelisk up a little bit more so that you can, you know, actually stick to 3 of a kind, 2 pair. I guess with 4 fingers you could also add in flush and straight there, so maybe it's not that restrictive, but a little bit restrictive for sure. Fibonacci's probably not super necessary, what with the ride the bus. I don't mind a Space Joker. What's our boss this round? Spades are debuffed? I don't mind. I'll just stick with Space Joker. Go next. And it's not as though you can't use planets, it's just a little bit awkward doing so. Play another 3 of a kind. All face card debuffed on an abandoned Wow, yeah. The plant thinks he's hot shit on these other decks, these Baron Mime decks, and then we're over here like couldn't be bothered, really. You know, I could probably stand to just play some, like, high card 2s as well. They aren't going to get me very many points, but I also don't intend to play them normally anyways. So, like, all I get is some extra value out of Obelisk and the Wii. And I still score more than half the score. So, like, you know, fight me. Dracula looks quietly starving. Hey, he's at like 1.9. He's doing alright for himself. Oh, didn't really expect to win with a level 2 flush. What you got for me in there, buddy? Constellation? Constellation seems pretty good. It's not going to scale super fast with the amount of money that I make, which is basically 0. Moon and Hierophant. I don't care about Moon. I'll take the Hierophant, though. Wonder if I should just sell the Hanging Chad to save the money. Might be more worth it. TBH. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a couple of Hierophants in here. Play a 4 of a kind, why don't we? Mark my words, there will be a legendary rare joker that gives X chips on how much foil is in your hand. In, like, the new update? Or in what context here are we talking? I'm gonna take you just because you're polychrome. That's technically a 1.5x, right? Flips and shuffles. No. We did it. Endless. Yeah, that works. Observatory is not really worth the money either, is it? I just hope we can get both X-Malt and X-Chips on Baron something Mime. So, I will say this, if you're playing Baron Mime, you're probably playing Plasma deck anyways, aren't you? At which point X-Chips is worthless. Let's go with Sigil here, that's fine. Diamonds. More diamonds. A blue seal's not the worst. I don't want the rest of this though. He's Gabaggio. Wonder if I could get a flush house. Oh, I don't care if you're mad at me for the discards, Green Joker. You aren't special anyways. No flush house. 2 pair it is. And another 2 pair. I just want X-Chips so I can fuck around on other decks. Yeah, fair enough then. Good afternoon, DJ Pimpin' Salad. How's it going? Hanging Chad came back, but he wants his no trade clause. I'm not going to give it to him. I would much rather have $20. You know, these are really cheap. I should just be buying them. $1 is not worse for X-Malt. Constellation's actually pretty good with Obelisk as well, because it allows you to just kind of start spam upgrading stuff. Bro, Green Joker, I don't care. You don't have to tell me. Easy win. And you can see we're on ante 9 here with Obelisk. I scaled Full House up to 11. But genuinely, I could have scaled this up to like 8, and we would have been just fine. I scaled it up to 11 just in case. Exactly, Green Joker's only here because he's polychrome. He needs to know his place. He's the token gay here. Again, some of the things I say out of context could be really damaging. Three of a kind me. None of this. Garbage. stinky even. Alrighty, let's hang some 3s. I once again request a tarot that allows me to scale down cards. Never did find a hack, did we? That hasn't stopped Wee Joker from getting up to 712 chips, but... Can I just play a pair? I've only played one pair. Probably winning, right? Yeah. Classy Turtle, hello! How are you? Feeling dapper? Rental Ceremonial Dagger starting in Ante 10. The Idol? Nah, I got too much shit in my deck still. I haven't actually gotten rid of any one particular rank besides 3s, nor any one particular suit, so... The Idol feels like a mistake. As is the Mime. Smiley Face is actively trolling. Let's take the Jumbo Celestial. Level up. Only played 3 high cards. Let's level up high card. Go next. Pretty close to a... Ooh, there's the flush house. We can unlock the flush house. Ka-chow. I request a spectral card that gives polychrome on a random card but destroys 5. Or every card in hand. That sounds incredibly OP, actually. Idle Pivot Pog. Rare pack. What's in the rare pack? Baron's in the rare pack. That goes well in this deck. Burnt Joker. Burnt Joker. Unfortunately, Burnt Joker doesn't scale with Constellation because this requires that you use planets and not just every time something's upgraded. I would like it if Constellation at least worked with Black Hole, but I guess technically it doesn't. The duo's the only thing that's good here, and it's a little bit better than Green Joker, so I'll take it, even though it's perishable. We'll see if I'm still alive in 5 rounds anyways. Ooh. Red Seal 2. First hand is drawn face down. Tragic. I do need to discard because there are things I'm trying to avoid playing. Looks like I didn't draw any 2s anyways, or just the 1-2. Anyways. Alright, let's go 3 of a kind with this 5. We're getting 10 million right now. That's not going to allow us to beat 29 million. But, I mean, I guess with several hands we can. Petroglyph. Never mind, we don't need to. And hopefully by the time we scale back to there, we will actually have enough to win. Let's go Magician. Let's go Emperor first, see what we get. Then we Magician. And then we open this Arcana and hope there's like a Hermit. Yeah, so that we can fool the Hermit. Nice. Eternal Photograph on Abandoned. Hey, you never know. Maybe I could still pivot to Kings. Every angle is a barren angle. Let's go next. I don't think the Flint can stop me because I have Ride the Bus. Let's go with this 4 of a kind. I think 4 of a kind is one of the ones I haven't played very much. Yeah, 3 of those. I'm hoping I can get my Wii up to 1,000. 1,000 what, you might ask? I'll never tell. Give me another 2. How many 2s do I have? Like 13, not bad. Invisible Joker. You can replace the duo, for sure. The duo's only giving me a 2x anyways. Let's play a pair. Pair with the chariot. And let's play a high card. I've only played 3 high cards, that should be fine. Watch it copy Vampire. Hey, Vampire's up to 2.7. Vampire's not too bad. I'm more concerned about it copying Ride the Bus. Like, if it copies Vampire, it's like, well, at least we got a 3x out of it. But if it copies Ride the Bus, technically Wii is the worst one for it to copy, right? Because then I can't even sell it. But at least, like, it'll be funny when it happens, and I'll have 2 Wiis, and this, like, haha, funny joke. Let's do that, and see if we can find the, flush house. No flush house, though there is a flush if I want it. Which I might. I might want the flush. And give me the high card. Easy. The double bust dream. We'll see. We'll see how much of a dream it really is. Constellation dupe. I'll take it. That's a pretty good one. I wanted the haha funny meme, but you know, points are points. I'm not gonna take seed money because there's not enough time left for me to actually get value out of it. We're only gonna survive for like one more ante here anyways. Time to actually start playing 5 of a kinds. Much better. At least trio wasn't the target. Stuntman, 250 chips. Ew. Rocket. A little late. Ka-ching. Isn't there a new banner over on Honkai Star Rail? Has that banner dropped yet? Should I be going and pulling for, Pardo? Boom. Winner. What do I spend all this soup on? I'm considering adding a bunch of new types of soup. Like, redeemables, like memes and such. I was inspired by some of those redeemables that played like sound bits. But I've been very busy with work the last couple days. They are paying me mad money right now. So I'm committed. Well, I'm not gonna survive long enough for this to expire, so I'm taking it. Hydrate and stretch buttons might not be bad for cheap points. Yeah, absolutely hydrate and stretch. I almost do those accidentally anyways. These aren't good enough. Baseball card's not good enough because I would be selling one of the uncommons to get it in the first place, and then it's not as good as the uncommon I'm selling. So, none of that. Yeah, I could have re-rolled just to get rid of the blueprint so that maybe it shows up in the pack, but, like, I don't know that I win 5 more rounds anyways. Not my diamonds! No! Get out of here. Like, I make it through next ante maybe, and blueprint still won't be debuffed, but then the one after that. Okay. Is Brainstorm actually good here? I think this is one of those rare Brainstorm skip angles. Give me a button for like 5 to 10 push-ups, get you buff. Maybe that could replace my daily workout. I already do like 50 push-ups, or I do currently 30 push-ups, 50 crunches, 50 squats, and like some curls every evening, but maybe that could replace it as make people make me work out or something and just put an internal cooldown on it so that I don't have to just spend the whole stream doing that shit. Yeah, I don't really have very much in the way of flat mult because I'm hopping around between like 3 of a kind's my best, and I can play a total of 3 more of those. Like, I guess my 5 of a kind is decent, but even this is still over a 2x, almost a 3x multiplier. Why not sell Blueprint to get Brainstorm? So the problem with Brainstorm here is because it's only copying the leftmost, we have this issue where we need this flat mult pretty badly. Like, it's also negative, to be clear, so I can't just sell this to pick it up, right? But if I move this flat mult out of the way so that Brainstorm can actually copy a times mult, the value we get out of it is kind of a little bit reduced, because now we aren't getting the flat mult first. And also because of how late into this run we are, where I need 1.2 billion, which I don't know that I can do anyways. The fact that this is perishable doesn't even matter. Like, it's not gonna perish. We're gonna perish before it does, right? Yeah. That's really what it comes down to. Trance and Deja Vu. I guess I'll throw a Deja Vu on it too. Maybe it'll matter. How big's my Wii? 976. That's a pretty big Wii. Let's just roll it down here. Let's roll it all the way down. Get as much as we can. Level up my anus. And go next. Alright. I'll skip for the negative in case I survive. It's 5 of a kinds or bust. Well, I guess it's 4 of a kinds then. Yeah, Blueprint is perishable. It only has 4 rounds left, but we're most likely to die before it runs out of rounds. So we'd be making our score worse, and then we wouldn't actually, you know, like, not enough points. But I feel like this has been a good example of how Obelisk can actually be good. Oh yeah, the skip was for the meme. The Wii was 1056. Damn, that was an hour-long run? Here I thought I might get 2 runs in before we started doing the Beaver survival, but it seems that Beaver survival will be coming sooner rather than later. Hopefully people are interested in this. If you've heard of a game called Timberborn, I saw it in my library this morning and I was like, man, I haven't played that in a while. It's a very cute game. I enjoy it. Let's go ahead and be sure to change over the category on both streams. Timberborn. Nope, not Timberman 2014. Timberborn 2021. Thank you. Great. Now, where are you, Timberborn? There was an update recently for it, so I was like, sure, let's give it a crack. There you are. Play Timberborn. So Timberborn is a worker management style game where you manage a colony of beavers in a post-apocalyptic, post-human society, trying to survive droughts and like human waste, like human pollution. Welcome to the Void. Please enjoy your stay. I'm waiting for the game to load. There we go. Timberborn. And Timberborn. Now, I have ads starting soon over on Twitch. While those go, well, let me make sure it boots correctly. It does. Sure, you can have my gameplay data, man. It's early access. It's fine. Figure it out. While those guys have their ads, I'm going to go refill water. I'll be back in just a moment. All right, I returned. Let's do this. I noticed there's no music, but I think that might just be because I turned off the music. Correct. Let's go up to like 50% at least. That's still very quiet. There we go. That's more like it. Alright, let's make a new game. I hear there's a whole bunch of new stuff. They made the terrain like... The terrain was always 3D, but you couldn't like dig under it. You know what I mean? But now you can. So you've got 2 races. You've got your Chunky. Chunky. Is my stream looking bad? Or... No, my stream looks fine. Alright, so we've got 2 races. Folktales and the Iron Teeth. The Iron Teeth are more like industrious. They sort of assimilated some of the human technology versus the Folktales, which are a more traditional beaver. Chunky beavers. That they are. So we're gonna go with the traditional guys. And then there's a whole bunch of different maps to choose from. So you've got your lakes, you've got your plains. You can kind of, it gives you like a decent idea of what to expect. We've got the beginner friendly ones, but then we have some interesting ones like this. I think I'm interested. I think they added a few new maps, like the hollows. These bountiful hollows are a prime area for prospective settlers. The carved out landscape hides many opportunities. The eldest beavers even whisper of buried treasure. I kind of like this. This looks like an interesting map. Real Civil Engineer. Oh, I've seen a couple of his. I think my introduction to him was when he did like the highway game. There's also Meander. I think we'll stick with Hollows because I know that this is a new map. And we'll play on normal, I think. If I were to customize anything in particular... No, I think this is probably fine. We'll play on just normal. Now, this is a game that, because of the way it works, I will often be pausing to build stuff because I don't like to lose time and be expected to, like, do this. It's supposed to be a relaxing game to me, so I will often pause to build, and then I'll play. But that's just my playstyle. You can just play with it constantly on 1x speed. Me when a thick beaver cost me thousands worth of property damage. Well, good news, there's no humans. Alright, we need a settlement name. What is our settlement name? This is very important. It's our people's identity. I guess I could stand to turn up the music all the rest of the way, eh? I didn't realize the music was this quiet. Skaven Blade! The 40k is leaking, or what I assume to be 40k. Alright, we've got Skaven Blight. Incredibly out of pocket for a beaver settlement, but alright. Alright, we'll just go with Skaven Blight then. Since we're insane today, apparently. Go. Okay, so you got free control on the camera. I can pause whenever, and we can kind of explore the map, see what's going on here. That's Warhammer Fantasy, not 40k. My bad. Okay, so you will see that there's like water sources back here, right? So water flows out of water sources, and it flows just downhill until it reaches the edge of a map, at which point it sort of just disappears. Right, so you can see it flows all the way down here and off the edge of the map. Water sort of irrigates the area around it, and it allows you to grow things on it. You can see all this gray area where where there's no water, right? And then there's also this red water called bad tide, and this is polluted water, and it comes from these polluted water sources, bad water sources, right? And when it mixes with water, first of all, it just kills shit. You can see it just kills things that it's near. But then if it mixes with water like this, it has sort of a reduced effect, right? So you can see that there's like this sort of green area, but it's got this like red polluted look to it here. And then down here you can see that it's not very well irrigated, right? It's not like evil poisoned, but it's like you can't really grow very much here. So we're sort of managing these water sources, and then every so often there's a drought, and during a drought all the water sources dry up, and you've got to figure out how to deal with that logistically. Is this multiplayer? I don't believe it has multiplayer capability yet. Maybe there's a mod for it, but I haven't looked much into mods. I'm getting the Minecraft knockoff texture vibe, but I'm probably desensitized because I play on mobile. Yeah, I mean, a little bit. It's got the, it's got cubes, but Minecraft didn't invent cubes, of course. Alright, so we do have a natural overhang that lets us come across here. We've got blueberry bushes. I need to remember how to play, honestly. I know that what we do to start is you go to the food tab, and there's, like, a gathering flag that you can put down. Like this. You can see they have like an effective range where they're allowed to gather from. So you can just slap down a gathering hub there, and then you draw a path to it. Like so. And it should automatically place a worker in there when I hit play. As soon as someone goes and builds it, of course. You can set how many workers you want in certain locations and what the priority of those workers should be. So, like, I'm okay with 4 workers being in the building location, so long as it's lower priority. There we go. And you can do this for a lot of stuff. Feels like RimWorld. If RimWorld has that, like, sort of worker management style thing going on, then yes. Let's also slap down a lumberjack flag here would probably be good. And build a path over to that. Let's go, maybe like this. There we go. And that will, and like this. That will allow you to chop down trees in the area. You do have to come over to, where are you? Demolish trees and buildings. Mark resources for demolition? No, that's not it. Cut trees, here we are. So you can mark areas like that. Now any trees in that area will be cut. Right. 3D Nine Kings? Not really. Every game is just a different version of Nine Kings when you think about it. Like COD is just first person Nine Kings. True. It's just modern first person Nine Kings. That is true. You can't force build is further in automation spec. Wait, what? Words? Hello? Have you not seen anything on RimWorld? I've heard things on RimWorld. I haven't seen anything on RimWorld. Alright, so you're gathering there. What else do I need to do? I need water. That's very important. So you can set up pumps like this. They pump from the layer below them. Let's go with... How many pumps is a good number of pumps? Perhaps 2 right here. Boom, boom. And then, do we have any storage for pumps, or do I need to buy that? Okay, we get the small tanks. If we need small tanks, let's put 1 small tank like here, perhaps, and then another one right here next to the house, maybe. Like that. Timberborn is further in automation specter than remote. Okay, now I got you. I can show you later, Dave. Very much in your wheelhouse as a colony survival management sim. Is that the really weird? Is that the one that's like? I don't even remember. How would you describe? It's very unhinged. Is that a valid descriptor? So let's also get. I think 1 gatherer is probably fine for berries. And then let's get another lumberjack flag down here, maybe? Like so. Some paths there. Is there anything else that I need? I need housing as well. Okay. Housing is also very important. You can select build priority as well. So, like, obviously I'm always going to want workers working these. But then beyond that, I would also like to build them earlier. The storage itself can go down a little bit since they have internal storage. And then let's get another tree cutting area here. Honestly, just cut that whole chunk. Yeah, that's fine. We'll replant when we need them later. We can't even replant just yet, so it's not important. A couple of lumberjack flags should be fine. And we have 8 beavers. So currently that's already all of our workers right there. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1 builder. Let's get some housing. If we're gonna do some housing, let's do some lodges. And we'll kind of build this. We can kind of build this. We don't want to build it too far away because there is travel time to consider. Right? And you can mirror them as well. Okay. There we go. So we could do like that. Boom, 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 boom. And some pathing. Rimworld is known for cannibal tribes, drug farms, and organ harvesting, or combination of all of these. Okay, so Unhinged. Gotcha. That is what I remember. Alright, so we got lots of logs. You guys go ahead and build these up. I think it's very important to have as many of these as possible early. Because, I mean, logs is basically how you're going to build any of these early game things. There we go. We got 1 water pump up and running. Now you can also set up multiple districts. This one's called just District 1 right now, but you can put another district later on and you can have them trade between each other, things like that. You can also set the number of hours in the day before people go home. Now, clearly, everyone's just going to be sleeping on the fucking ground today. Because, sorry, didn't have enough wood for all your houses. Huge trade social network all over the map. Human leather and exoplanetary cocaine. Alright. Those are words. Let's go with a 17-hour day. And I'll just zoom through the night here. I mean, these guys aren't doing anything special tonight. They're just hanging out. They're like, damn. We ain't got nowhere to sleep. We all sleep on the ground. Alright, back to work, boys. Better start chopping down those trees. If you choose to, you could breed and sell huskies. Yes, okay, I can see that. I've seen you play some Manor Lords before. This does feel a little bit more Manor Lordsy. How many berries do we have? We have a decent number of berries in storage. I'm not concerned about food right now, then. Granted, these guys haven't gotten hungry enough to actually start going and eating. Eventually they're going to want some food, and then the berries aren't going to be great, because they aren't going to be super sustainable. Alright, let's consider our expansion angles. These are oak trees. They give a shitload of logs, so this is a very important thing to build over to. The other thing I'm going to want to set up is research. The inventors, because you can see a lot of these things here are locked. Various farmhouses, things like that. And if they're locked, you can't use them, so you need to research them. There's also dams, and... Okay, so you start with dams unlocked. That's good. let's start by getting some food down. So I am going to have to consider when the drought comes, where can I dam things off so that I can get as much water as possible? Because I'm gonna want to be able to keep sort of a fertile area where I don't have to worry about the crops all dying when the drought happens, right? What's my difficulty? I'm on normal. So I feel like sort of this stretch of land. Oh, there's blockage here that's preventing this poison water from coming down for now. So if bad tide happens, I don't think that'll overflow at least, which is good. At least I don't think that's... No, just the way water mechanics work, this can't overflow like that. That's not how it works. But... Wait, where is this water coming from? Is there a source back here? No, it's coming from over here. Oh, it's coming from back here. Okay. Yeah, there's like sources back in there. Okay. So the water goes that way, and then I guess it would flow down and out that way. So if I blockade, like, here, that could be good. We could even get it too deep if we blockade that specific chunk. And if I built my farm, like, over here, right, build the farm over here, and then because it's too deep, we can probably have enough of a reservoir to keep the crops filled for the entire drought. And then maybe we put a blockade here as well, and this will be for like drinking water. Maybe that would work. I hate the highest difficulty mode. I enjoyed playing on normal though. Yeah, I mean, if you make the game too stressful, it's not as fun anymore, right? At least for me, I don't necessarily enjoy the challenge in that way. If we're gonna want to do that though, we are going to need to get like the too high water spillway thing. Where is that? Landscaping, I think. Yeah, the double floodgate. So the other problem with that is if we block it up to too high, that means we're actually gonna backlog water and just flood this entire area here. Like this whole area that's at this height is going to flood, which could be a good thing. Like that's a lot of water to work with, but it does reduce the amount of area we have to actually work with. Water season periods occasionally in your drought playthrough. Yeah, so I don't actually mind flooding this whole area in the future. Yeah, so we have a plan of action then. We have a plan of action. I like it. For the time being though, let's get some dams set up, like here. And draw a path. Now, there is some verticality to this game as well. You can build across the top of other things, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and do, like, a path along the edge like this. Okay, I'll set these on pretty low priority. Can I multi-select? I forget how. Because it's not drag. Where is the multi-select? Hey, just popping in to say hi. Hello, Pokey. How are you? Oh, assign priorities. That's what I want. So I can go through like that. So those will be low priority. Those will only build when there's nothing more to build. Looks like our housing is going nicely. We need a minimum of these 4 houses. Now I will build a 5th one. Beavers will naturally reproduce and grow in number if there is enough housing for them. Doing good, but I'm off to do other stuff now. See ya. Peace. Thanks for stopping by, though. Alright, the trees are going well. Let's go ahead and get some pathing down here, at least. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I was talking about getting some science, and then I never actually did I? Let's go ahead and get one right here. That's actually a fairly high priority thing. So that'll be next in line after the houses. Are you able to dig out paths for water? You are. You are, although it is a sort of mid-game thing because you need explosives. Explosives aren't impossible to get by any means, but you do need to at least be at the point where you have some metal to work with. Yeah, you're usually going to be more effective in building dams than you are in like blowing up chunks of land. Okay, we're doing all right for ourselves here. Let's go ahead and speed it up just a wee bit. Okay, well, if you're thirsty, go get water, dipshits. Hello? We're pumping water. We have enough for everyone. Great, so we didn't get all 5 houses done, but we got 4 houses done. Which is enough to house all of our beavers. As you can see up here, we've got 9 adults and 3 children. Everyone's just kind of hanging out before they go to bed. They have some leisure time in the evenings where they'll they'll hang out all sorts of places. And now also you get bonuses to their stats when they have high basic needs, like their average well-being is high enough. Now, that being said, I don't think there's any bonus for a well-being of 4, but the bonuses get bigger as you get more and more well-being. Let's go over here. The sound triggers PTSD from Stellaris for me. It's the leader dies sound in that game. Alright, let's cut trees over here and over here. And probably build a new logging lumberjack flag, like in this ballpark. And maybe a second one right here. And then we probably demolish one of these. Since I don't think we need that many down here anymore. There you go. And while we're at it, let's also build a... Do we have storage for wood? We actually have access to a large pile. I think this is a fairly centrally located location. I kind of want to save some room for more houses over here, if I can. Although I don't actually know if there's enough room. There's at least enough room for a couple extra houses over here. So let's go with the pile there. Let's make it a fairly high priority as well. We have no workers, though. Let's go ahead and pause production on the second water pump since I don't think it's as needed. That way we at least have a worker working. Excuse me, friends, why are you just hanging out? Are you... Oh, you're full up on the logs. Alright, pause you. That should send him off to do his own thing. I'm used to these guys doing things when they're not busy, though, like picking this up. But I guess I have to actually, like, mark this for demolition or something? Like that. And then you need to be accepting logs. And you need to be accepting water. And now these guys will actually start to move stuff around, I believe. I would also like a medium warehouse. I would say here. And that medium warehouse will contain Bettys. Oh, it kind of keeps like a chunk there. Alrighty. Skip through this evening. So now that we have some extra houses, I think they should start duplicating, if you will. They gon' start fucking. Housing. There we are. 1, 2 more houses. When you get around to it. Okay. We're getting logs. Nobody's business. We've got 2 builders. Perhaps I could use another one. But I really want to make sure that I'm researching things. Speaking of which, how much do I have? 14 science currently. And the thing that I want to build is the double floodgate, hopefully, which would be 250. That is a lot. Is there anything else that I need more than that? I think, oh, zip lines, that's fun. Platforms are important, stairs are very important because it lets you start building vertically. The forester is probably a must-have. Or probably the crops. Yeah, probably. An efficient farmhouse, but I don't need to research anything for the efficient farmhouse. I can kind of just slap that bitch down. In fact, let's just do that now while I'm thinking of it. This thing can grow in a pretty big range. I think I'm just gonna grow, like, over here, though. And as for planting crops... I find that potatoes are usually pretty good, but you want, like, a balanced diet, right? And a little bit of everything. Let's go with, like, that many carrots, and... that many sunflowers, and then, like, maybe just the rest potatoes. Because I can't really make use of wheat yet. Do you need to cook potatoes? Don't remember. You might need to cook potatoes, but cooking is easier than the whole milling, and then the this and that. Oh, and we can already build a grill by default. With the wheat, you gotta like grist and then bakery, and that's just not worth it. Not this early anyways. And I will slap down a... I can't fit you in there, but I could... In theory, I could demolish you. Get the logs back. Set that as a high priority thing, and then sneak the grill in here. Alright, then I can slap down a path there in a bit. And instead I can put... Where's my storage? Water. Here. And I'll probably just have 2 workers on there for now. These guys are going hard on the logs. We got plenty of logs. And no worries. I don't mind backseating here so long as it's relatively positive in nature. I see they've made it so that they do actually, like, when they put the logs in, they build it on the spot, or like they build it in smaller increments. They used to build it in 25% increments, but it seems like maybe it's 10% now or 20%. Guess we'll see in a sec, eh? 50... No, 10%. 10% increments. Yeah, definitely bump that up on the priority list. This can actually stay pretty low on the priority list because the potatoes aren't going to be done for a few days still. And you're going to be on water. And I would like some... We still got plenty of berries, but we aren't going to have them forever. So this is probably a great time to get the farmhouse done, is just right about now. Here's a suggestion. Unlock the typical resources for Floodgate before the Floodgate. That way you aren't locked into only making boards and whatever later. When you say unlocking the resources... unlock the typical resources for Floodgate before the Floodgate. The Floodgate only needs planks, so are you suggesting just get, like, the plank factory first? Oh, lumber mill's actually a default. Is that too wide? Yeah, can I can't even build 2 of these here. This is a little bit restrictive in how much power I can actually make, eh? Like, I can sneak one in right here, and then maybe I could do things that way. But hold on. Does that require that I, like, place a... No, I can build the levee or the platform into it there, right? And that would work. Although maybe a levee would actually be smarter so that I get more flow. You can unlock stuff that doesn't have prerequisites unlocked. Yeah, that does sound like it could be an issue, eh? I do need to unlock the platform at some point. Unless I want to do the dam there, which I don't believe I do. I think I want to do a levee. We've only got 25 research points right now, which is incredibly underwhelming. Our water does indeed seem to be enough, though, so I'm not concerned there. We can leave this paused. How are our log collections going? We've got like 40 or 60 logs available. This guy is almost done up here. Let's do cut trees. You can kind of just remove this whole chunk. And here we can remove, like, this. It's probably not worth the effort doing all this. There we go. We are going to want a forester at some point as well. This guy really does not research very fast, though, does he? We're down to only one worker again. Alright, well, if that's the case, let's go ahead and pause one of our lumberjack flags over here. And then once this guy's done... Oh, I didn't realize these were like oak trees. No wonder we were getting so many logs out of them. There's just this giant chunk of trees over there. And actually, with 3 workers, let's go ahead and bump it up to 4. Now that this guy is done with his job, once he gets those logs done and he's got nothing better to do, we can just destroy that lumberjack altogether. This is holding berries. Ooh. Let's get another researcher down, I think. This is definitely like lowest priority right here. I do want planks, but I need to make sure that I'm building the stuff that's more important first. And that means as much research as I can get my hands on. In fact, I might even want a 3rd one of these. How much storage does a small warehouse hold? 30. That's not very much. It would allow you to sort of put like little food checkpoints, you know, out in the field, basically. Which I've recently learned is a good idea. Like just putting a little food thing out here so that if these guys get hungry, they don't have to run all the way back to town. And you just put like, you know, berries or carrots in here. And then you tell it to obtain goods from other warehouses, right? And I should probably put a water thingy out here too, eh? Although I am eventually going to need to destroy these, so maybe this can not happen just yet, because eventually this whole area out here is going to be underwater. And at that point it won't be as necessary, I'll say. This whole area is going to be underwater. But we'll have an amazing reservoir. There will be no issues with growing crops. The only issue will be with the amount of space we have. But I do see a fair amount of space around to build things on this layer. Chances are this drought, though, we're just going to have this to deal with, right? I want to make sure that these are done. We'll see if I have enough time to actually get the floodgates down, but something tells me I won't. Because I need to get, at the very least, the forester first, and probably the stairs as well, I would say. I would like the levee as well first. And those things all together are like... I don't think there's room anymore. Alright, you can be demolished. Where's this dude going? He's just hanging out up there. We've got 2 workers. What are our workers building right now? We're finally working on the dams. Good. The crops are all planted. So you guys can probably be on pause. Hello, gay porn. Why did they put 4 into this water wheel? I told you it's lowest priority. Being ignored. My water seems to be still just fine, even with 11. Alright, we got 2 new dudes that are now in the growing up stage. Priority is a little laggy, I see. Yeah. Build that shit. Show them what's good. And once we get over there, we've got more logs. We could even build a little small pile over here, right? Do something like that. Boom. Just preempting this. Me when I caused massive population inflation and now have to give live sacrifices to the infected river. Oh, whoops. Teehee, I made a little fucky wucky. How's this chopping going? Pretty good. I still want all 4 workers on this so that I can hopefully get the dam done in a day or 2. I never know when the drought is going to come along. I think it usually comes along every, like, what, week and a half or so? Oh, I have an unemployed dude. We'll get to it then. I may not be consistent on viewing, but I will drop by with an out-of-pocket comment and maybe stay for 30 minutes and then repeat. Dude, that is absolutely your prerogative. That's kind of the vibe we have here anyways, so it fits in nicely. Zoom through this day since I don't have a whole lot else that I really want to do here. Maybe I could look at my... Ooh, you know what? Let me go ahead and get the Forester now. The Forester is going to be very nice, especially since I have this newly unlocked chunk of land over here that I can just slap down a Forester in the middle of and plant a bunch of trees. For the time being, we're going to make the ziggy-zaggy path that doesn't look very good. As for trees, so birches take 7 days, get you 1 log. Those are what you plant when you really need them now. Pines, 12 days for 2 logs. That's a little bit better. Oh, it also tells you the drought resistance they have. That's nice. So oak trees can survive like an entire drought. Like a 15-day drought, they're still gonna live. Maple trees are 28 for 6 versus 30 for 8. Oak trees are obviously the most valuable, and chestnut trees are the least, although they provide other, repetitive food source. I feel like pine trees are maybe a good first plant, and then we plant like half pine, half oak or something like that. We do these pine, and then the other half oak. Something like this. So that we can have some short-term gains and some long-term gains. And then, of course, we have to select a tree cutting region, which would be all of this. There we go. Whenever Smash or Pass stream happens with the Waifu Jokers mod, I wonder what the daily streak I have to go to for that. I did tease how long you have to go for that. What are you at right now? On the smallest difficulties, 15 days is not a long, or not a very short, not a very long drought. Damn. $16 now? Okay. Duly noted. They did get the dam done. That's big. You can see that it immediately filled up to like here. Now this is not going to get done anytime soon because it needs planks. But we do have the plank machine getting made. Oh, whoops. Why would I build this here when I can build it one further back? Boom. And then we just want to, I think we want to learn platform. No, I want to learn levee. Stop forgetting. I want a levee here. Feet reveal, maybe? No, that's too common. Yeah. I wouldn't want to seem derivative by doing a feet reveal. We have, standards here. I do have to be careful about how many logs I'm using. What are you storing? You are storing logs. I guess I don't have to be that careful now that this oak, location is here. Let's also get... So that small warehouse idea I had with the water, that actually does make sense over here. Especially since we're going to have, the forester thing going on. I think that the small warehouse with the small tank makes a hell of a lot of sense. And this can store carrots, and this can store water. I realize you don't have any... Just get out of here. I don't need you doing your thing yet. Did we hit? Yes, we did. So I can now get the levee. And I can put it right there. And then on top of that, you put the power shaft to connect the two. Boom. What about quick and dirty beaver wheel setup? Yeah, true. I could just set up a quick beaver wheel, but at this point it seems like we're actually doing all right. What do you want to make? Nothing yet. Get out of here. but I want to make grilled potatoes when it happens. Those are going to be ready probably before the drought hits. How's our berry stock going? We got none there. We got none there. We got none there. That's concerning. That is concerning. Good thing the carrots are about to be done. Ever seen a person watch you while showering at 2 a.m. in the morning? I'm the first, probably. Probably. I've watched streams in the shower at 2 in the morning, so it's very possible that there's others like me. You know what would go hard is just like a staircase right there. Just plant some crops down here. Technically, it is possible for me to like wall off this. Like I could wall this off and then I would have another chunk where I could plant stuff. I could also go the aquatic farmhouse angle. Right, do an aquatic farmhouse here. I think aquatic crops are okay as long as they're like less than 1 full block deep, or does it have to be like half a block deep? I forget. Alrighty, power shaft is done, water wheel's halfway done. And good news, because they're so close to one of these building points. Aw, did you guys break your teeth? No, you're just hungry. Then go get some food, dorks. Oh, never mind. These guys probably haven't harvested shit yet. Alright, we're down to 0 workers. If that's the case, then let's go ahead and pause you. In fact, just destroy you, actually. I don't need 2 of these down here. You can be, I don't know, high-ish priority. Are you guys gonna harvest the carrots, or we just kind of hanging out here? What's going on here? What about these berries? Are you guys are not done growing yet? I guess you've been wasting your time since those have finished. Our water is still good. It's really just about hungry beavers right now. But the carrots are finishing. Which means the hungry boys will soon be eating. Cut that one a little bit close. Probably should have gotten the farmhouse down like 1 day earlier. And for the record, this stream will likely go until the end of the first drought. Is what I'm going to go for. End of drought numero uno. I would like you to supply goods to other warehouses. And let's go with another medium warehouse here. This will be like our warehouse district, perhaps. And you can store carrots and supply goods to other warehouses. And then we can do a medium warehouse. Okay, we can't fit 2 of them, unfortunately. Though we could fit 2 like this. And that would be good. That would allow us to do... where's our grilled potatoes? And our sunflower seeds. There we go. And you guys also supply to other warehouses. These are really quick to build if you're just walking like 2 feet. Okay, we got 2 workers. Please prioritize harvest in the farmhouse settings. It's so helpful for syncing the crop's cycle. But, like, I see what you're saying. You come through and you, like, harvest the whole thing and then you replant the whole thing. But, like, isn't a rolling cycle kind of good? Because, like, if they're always just, like, harvesting and then replanting, like, you kind of get this consistent income of carrots, right? Because now I've planted this one at a slightly later time than this one, which means that these are all going to grow up at around the same rate. I feel like it's just 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. I don't really lose any efficiency this way. It's only for the first cycle that you really lose the efficiency because there's grown crops that I'm not harvesting. But the second time through, they're going to grow at the same rate that I harvest them because I harvested them this way the first time. Or am I mistaken in that logic? Which I may be. That's the way I see it from the outside. Or is it more of a, it just looks good that way kind of thing? I like to pull my workers. Okay, fair enough. But I like to try to make a farm that's big enough to where the workers that I have in it are just constantly working. Like, if they're constantly... If we have a big enough farm that the number of workers I have there is just consistently working, then there's no issue, right? Hey, we got the lumber mill. We can make the plank. Oh, we have carrots in our diet. That's why they're happy. And then we just put the planky thing, like, literally right here. Just... Oh, planks don't go in these anymore. Eh. They must go in the, no. Don't build that. No buildy. Put it back. They've changed what these go in. They go in piles now. Yep. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. That's literally just... Ooh. Sorry, ads. Sorry about that. Ads just hit over on their side, so I stopped talking. Hey, everyone's getting fed. Huge. And the sunflowers are hitting growth right on schedule. Nice. Also, I'll call you a nub in my stream. Okay. Do it. Yeah, this is definitely just an agree to disagree thing. There's just totally fair the way you do things. I just like the rolling method of it. Big nub camp. L Beaver streamer. We almost done with this? 4 out of 7 planks, not bad. And we're up to 104 science. I don't know if I'm going to have enough science to get the double floodgate by then, but I am going to have, I think, enough planks, at least. Because this one's almost done. And then I'm just gonna need to build the thing there. I think I should probably press play on you. You are almost done. Ooh, no workers left. That might be okay though, actually. It might be alright with no workers. For at least a day or two, you know, sometimes you just gotta... You just gotta collect resources, kind of reset. Do I need to be doing that? No, but it makes it look a little prettier in my eyes. Now we just pause this guy for a little bit. Once he finishes his log moving campaign. In fact, they'll go get those logs if they need them. Builder man needs to do some building. Zoom. Perhaps we need a third farmer as well, just to make sure that things go smoothly. Although it looks like these potatoes are going to finish soon. Get a third farmer. It's fine. Why did bro come over there for food and then just not eat? Hello? We're getting some people dying of old age. Alright, gotta turn on the grill. And, perhaps it is time to pause one thing or another. We got 10 planks. Let's pause you so that the grill can be going. DJ Soup and Salad. Do the stanky leg. I will not be doing the stanky leg. Thank you very much. Alright, buddy. Grill me some potatoes. And you need to be... I mean, we need to start grilling some potatoes. That's all I can say. You're getting an echo? Hold on. You're getting an echo. Let me see here. I'm not getting an echo. Am I getting an echo? No, I'm not getting an echo. No echoes here. No echo for Lazy Turtle either. Alright, we got some grilled potatoes. Y'all better start eating them. That's that good shit, so eat that. Gotta be on his side? Okay. And while we're at it, go ahead and prioritize the sunflowers here. Just so that I can be sure I'm getting enough food. Since bros are hungry. There we go. Up to a +6 now. Yes, consume all the food, yes. Everyone's nice and satisfied. Great. Now you no longer need to prioritize sunflowers. That's fine. Up to a 7. What is the goal? What is our goal here? And also, why do I not have 100% shelter? Bro, we've got enough housing for everyone. That's not an issue. You had a second YouTube window. Oh, I see. We're at 200 science. We'll see if we can make it all the way to 250. Because if we can, we're good. We got one builder. Let's go ahead and get the path that we'll need set up, because I think I actually need... Ooh, I might need stairs, actually. Well, no, I can just build these two right here, right? That'll be enough. Just 2 floodgates right there and there. But I can't reach one of those without going down or up. And there is no way down into the water. So I would have to build a cross, but to build a cross I would need... Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna need something else, probably stairs. Maybe I can bullshit it. Perhaps if I went all the way down to the end, I could make it work. Right, because then I would be like 1, 2, 3. Right? And I could build a cross down here, but then I would still need stairs. There's no natural staircase here. Okay, okay, I'll get the damn stairs. I knew I would need these eventually. And there we go. Now we need another 100 science points, which is going to be a tough ask in 3 days, but maybe we'll be able to pull it off. Do we have, like, some actual grilled potato stores now? Well, we had grilled potato stores. We are now out of potatoes again. Good news, carrots are going to finish growing again tomorrow. Three days until the drought. 3 days to get 100 science points. That's probably not happening. Methinks. The first drought is going to be pretty short, though. I imagine it'll be like a 3 or 4 day drought. Which this much water is likely enough to solve anyways. Like, I don't need to flood this whole lower area right now. A few of these trees are pretty close to growing. These guys are just going to town back here. I think a second water would be okay. Yeah, like just unpausing this. We're starting to get to that point. I'm keeping a close eye on these. I want this to supply to other warehouses. And you know what I really should do is I should expand my housing, like now. Maybe instead of going for the 250 science for the double floodgates, we aim for that goal for the next drought. And for this drought, we set up platforms so that we can very easily increase the amount of housing we have. Right, by just doing that. Do something like this. And loop you around like so. Actually, you know what? We don't really need to have this here anymore, and that actually frees up a little bit of extra space. Right? Now we can do some entertainment-based stuff. We're talking rooftop terraces, although we can't place those here. We can place them, for example, on a third floor. Can I actually fit 2 of these up here? I don't think so. But 1 should be fine for now. Just slap 1, like, here, maybe? Must be placed atop other buildings. Okay, so is it okay to place them if I do, like this? Is it, would it be okay to place them like that? Like if I did something like this, and then I did... Yeah, you can do it like that, okay. Put down, like, a trio of rooftop terraces up here, right? There we go. Maybe another one of those water thingies up here. And another food thingy up here. We'll let them, I don't know, that could be, nope, not dandelions. Definitely not dandelions. Let that be sunflower seeds. And you can obtain from other warehouses like so. Ooh, berries are back in session. Let's go ahead and get those harvested up. No more workers. And you... probably don't need 3 workers anymore, do you? But I will say I should probably start making planks again, since I won't be able to do that during the drought. In the next couple of seconds, I'm going to say the most heinous words I've said in my entire life. Amazing. A true hero. An actual backlog of food. We've got a broken tooth. We got a broken tooth, boys. Destroy that. This should probably be on a little bit higher priority. That one definitely is. That one's fine. This one's always our lowest priority. Looks like our water is actually doing alright right now. I do want to turn on another pump, but I'll wait until the last day to do that. Let's go ahead and get one of these tooth grindstones set up, so that these boys don't have to worry about that. I do want to get some showers in the future. Set them up like here, I believe it would be. Yeah, set up some showers there. So let's do tooth grindstones like that. You think that's bad? Big balls. Joe? What about Joe? Wait for it. Frick? No. Could you explain to me what frick means? Joe? Joe what? No mama. Damn. Ooh, those houses are getting done something fierce. I don't know about you, but I always overwork my beavers on the last day or two. So like, this last day before the drought, they get 20-hour days. Turn on the water pump. Demolish one of these. This can actually farm this whole area, so demolish this one as well. So these are just waiting on planks. Oh, I didn't realize that they changed platforms to be so much more expensive. They used to be mostly logs and then like 1 or 2 planks, didn't they? I didn't realize how much more expensive they were now. Curious. Should still be fine though. Let's see how many more of these we can get done today. Why no clicky? I must be inside a wall. There we go. 2 out of 6. Okay, so we need 10 more planks today? That's a hard ask. I have a real question. Have you ever shaved your... Is that a real question? Is that actually a real question, though? And he thinks it's not. Okay, we've still got food coming in. Looks like we finally finished planting our pine trees. That's good. They're about 25% grown. When the time comes, I will chop them all down. We've got plenty of logs. For now. For now. Stop domesticating the Canadian population. For shame. 30% beavers. Well, I'm reading as I go, and then when I get to the unhinged part, I'm just like, am I okay with reading this out loud? And sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no. I sure hope that they can get 6 planks together to fucking build this. You guys are gonna be working 21 hours until I can get this shit built. Yeah, that's right. Build my shit. More. More. Okay, you're good. You can go back to 20 hours. It's okay. We've got our water backlogged, so I can pause this water pump again. You're working just fine. You're working just fine. There is another log there to chop. You should probably get picked up, as should you. Do we have enough food? We got like 20 grilled potatoes. Oh, we have some berries as well. We'll be good. Would these beavers be considered humans or animals? Well, they're animals. I mean, they live in a post-human society. They're not human. Bro, if you're looking for a real answer to that question, it's be careful with it. Unless I'm like really trying to impress, like I just go for good enough. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like do every bit of it. Hey guys, if you're thirsty, there's water. It's not that deep. Just go get a drink. They're everywhere. It looks like I actually do need this pathway for now. There you go. Happy now? Because it didn't get the staircase done. Are the staircases still... The staircases are still the same price as they used to be. A log and 4 planks, I believe, is what it used to be. Alright, prepare for the drought. All the water dries up on the spot. Oh, there goes. Everything down here is gonna dry up. You can be paused until after the drought. It's a 3-day drought. You can actually watch it happen over here, real time. There it goes. Yes, I have also done that, and yes, I can confirm it does hurt, and that very much does instill you with a sense of, okay, I need to be more careful next time. Pause the pumps, DJ. No, I feel like 1 pump is probably fine. We've got this whole chunk here. We've only got a 3-day drought. It's probably fine, right? If it gets a little low, I'll stop it. That being said, I do need to get one of those manual hamster wheels just for the sake of getting this thing hooked up. That being said, it's actually pretty hard to sneak one in here. So maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just wait until after the drought to continue the plank production. Ooh, up to the 8. Now I will say this. What I should do right here, even though I can't do this right now until afterwards, what I should do is this. This is actually a very smart thing to do because it allows you to get wet fur on all the dudes that like walk through here. And then you can destroy the tops, the path up here, and they will only go through the water. Your hardest PTSD is kicking in. Yeah, it's like, it's an issue sometimes. But for these early ones, I feel like I have enough water here that I'm not too concerned about the water pumps. Like here, we'll pause it, and then if my water stores start to get low, I'll go ahead and switch it up. But we've got, what, 24 there, 27, 21. We're probably fine. Just for the safety. It's crazy y'all haven't heard of shaving oil or cream. Great for smoothing the process out. I see. You actually do have an actual answer, though. There you go. Yeah, it doesn't really happen to me anymore. We're down to berries again, are we? I am going to need to find a better place to do farming. Like, I could farm here, but, like, do you really wanna? This place is all gonna fill up. I'll probably build a bridge across to here and do farming on this whole plot of land, or wherever I can. Let's go ahead and get a zoop. Like that. Go ahead and get the Grill Master back online. There was like a, there's like an item that allows you to see how deep the water is as well, right? I want to say it's like here. Stream gauge, 150. Missed me with that. Fluid dump. Okay. Mechanical fluid pump. Bad water dome. These are very important. You can actually just cap the top of one of those polluted areas. And then this one's even better. It lets you cap it, and then you can also extract it to use for, like, recipes and such. Okay. Don't need any of you. Don't need any of you right now. You know, a battery would probably go pretty hard, but we need metal for that. Observatory is great, but it needs pine resin, it looks like. Well-being. Oh, you know what I didn't build? I didn't build any campfires, silly me. This is where our industry should go. Like, up here where there's nothing else that can go here anyways, you know what I mean? So let's do, like, campfire, campfire. Slap these down, like so. Wonder when Soupy is gonna hit 1K subs, maybe in a year or so, and then 100K in the next couple of years if Soupy decides to continue this. That's an interesting question. Let's see. So if we're talking Twitch, I currently have, like, I think it's like 3 or 4 subs. But that'll go up as the number of followers goes up. If we're talking YouTube, I don't think it's gonna take a year to get to a 1,000 at all. What is needed for metal? Sounds like you will need it soon. These. So there's these ruins around that you need to, like, build up to and then harvest. So then there's also these underground ruins that have infinite scrap, but you need to, like, really go out of your way to build something to be able to do this. You need a mine, which is 4,000 science and all of the logs you could ever want. And they're also a little less efficient than just harvesting out of the ruins. But yeah, there's a bunch around the map. I like this map. This might be the easiest one for us to get to. Or at the very least, it's looks like it's a little bit bigger than this one. We're just gonna have to like build up the back of the mountain to get up here. Yeah, we need to industrialize though. Looks like our water source is doing fine after one day. Oh, also, I need to turn their working hours back down. I did not mean to have them working 20 hours again. 17 is fine. All right, the griller is back in business here. Okay, we've got these built. We've still got a fair number of logs left. 20 hours working, the average minimum wage worker. Working 25 hours a day, 17 days a week. How close are these guys? These guys are not even halfway done. 12 days is a long time, go figure. I need to find some other things for these guys to build. What else can you guys build? Not science, not well-being. A shower requires a plank, but I can learn it. So we won't get these until afterwards, but we can set up a couple showers right there. I'm gonna go ahead and... I'll leave this. Looks like we still have a fair bit of water. Actually, I lied. Let's make sure we don't go into a deficit or something. Turn that on. We still have 2 unemployed dudes as well. Do we just do more research? There's decoration. Could build a really big monument. Now let's just go ahead and research our double floodgate now. Get it set up. Boom. I don't even know what's happening on the screen. I'm just listening to your voice till I eventually pass out from my lack of sleep. We're just managing workers. You know how it is. Worker management. Lack of planks. Speaking of which, I would like to get another water wheel down if I could. Water wheels only want to be 1 deep, I believe. So if I wanted to set up a water wheel in this lower area, how would I do it? I would want to set them up like here, right? Or something like that. Because I could definitely set up more water wheels. I have the logs. Maybe I build like a little thing right here that's like 3 deep. Or three wide rather. And then I can do like 1, 2, 3, something like that. And connect to like an industry area over here. That could work. Yeah. Alright, no platforms, levees. I want levees. One, two, three, four, five, 6. And then... In fact, I could probably save myself a lot of... materials by just doing this instead. Alright, go landscaping, levee here. And then 4 water wheels, or 3 water wheels. 1, 2, 3 water wheels. And then we do this. Boom. Just like that. And I guess you'll need a staircase eventually to go down, like, here. There we go. Get to building, boys. You don't need the expense. Oh, this guy's back reading. Double platform could be nice. We don't have the research for that. But it would make this process of walking across over here easier. I'm using an awful lot of logs for this project right now. Do I actually want 3 workers or just 2? I think 2 might still be fine. I'm not back reading, I went to test it. You went to test it? No way. What is this dude doing? He's unemployed as fuck. Got nothing better to do, I see. And this guy needs to start planting more trees, I see. Need some more oak trees. Oak for the oak god. How long until this shit's done? 72% only. Ugh. Alright. Did this one die? Yes. Okay. And that one died too, so we don't want to plant there. But as long as you see any green, it's fine to plant there. So all of that should be fine. That's more like it. And then for the cutting area, these. But not these. Nor these, nor these, nor these, nor these. And not these two. And eventually, in the future, that one. You know, you can technically pump water into this little chunk over here. You could have some dude just haul in water over here. Ooh, this is spooky. What is going on over here? Oh. Oh. So there's a bad water source here. And it goes out this way. Out there. But if you were to block this off, it would instead flow out this way. So you could potentially block this off and then block this off, right? And then destroy this and have the bad water go out in a different direction away from your, you could like redirect it away, right? You just don't want to accidentally redirect it this way. That would be a disaster. And there it is. Drought ended, cycle 2 begins. So I will say, I will go through like 1 or 2 days of this cycle just to watch as it sort of refills and everything comes back to life. There we go. Water wheel gets going again. We start getting planks again. It's time to get to work. Time to work out and go to bed. My stream will be ending here in just a minute. I'm probably going to do the redactyl for the day. Excellent. Okay, so we got that pathway done. Now we do demolish buildings and resources. Destroy only those top ones. And now everyone's got a path that way. And what that also means is a little bit more carrot real estate. Boom. We are pretty much out of logs, though, aren't we? Got a few things built over here, but that was about it. We ran out of logs. Though I think we got all the logs down for like the staircases and such, so we only need planks over here. And you can get back to work because there's going to be some more stuff to chop down over the coming days. Here. Not so much those, but that one. And importantly, These are still a few days out. All right, so we need to find another source of logs in the short term. I guess I can build up here. With some difficulty, I could get up here and we could chop down those. For the time being, let's be sure to set these on the lowest priority. None of this is necessary. And those have all died. There's a couple trees that are growing, but those are all on lowest prio. In fact, am I able to like set them all on pause? I don't think so. So let's just make sure that we're doing the lumber mill first and foremost. We once again have some unemployed dudes. We got nowhere to put them. Let's also be sure to put these on super low prio. I'm okay with that one getting built, but actually, no, I'm not. I want all of my planks going towards this stuff first. Put that on the super low. And I want to get building up here, if I can. I might need to, like, destroy these and go up this way. How do I do this? There we go. That's better. This is very high prio to me because I need to make sure that I have enough like logs to be able to get up here so that I can chop down these trees so that I can get more logs. Wood, lumberjack flags there and there. Cut all these trees. And if I want to get across to this side, I can very easily just do a bam, bam, bam. And I can cut almost all of this as well. Cool. All right, with that, we will leave any future building to the next time we play. But I enjoyed this, actually. This was a pretty fun little break from the norm. And we got up to 9 right at the end here because we started getting some wet fur. Our diet isn't fully consistent, right? But with the wet fur from these guys swimming through here, we're good. All right. Save game. Skaven Blight. Exit to desktop. Okay, let's do, right at the end of stream here, we're going to do the Redactyl. I believe it's called. Yes, here we are. If you dam that upper area, might be good area for farm. True. The only issue to really consider is that there is like an evaporation factor in the game. So over really, really long droughts, if you don't have a very big reservoir, it can dry up near the end of the drought, which isn't a big deal depending on the crop, but sometimes it can be an issue. It might be a better area for a tree farm because trees tend to last longer in droughts. All right, let's get this screen capture going. Here we go, boys. The redactyl. For those who don't know, this is a Wikipedia article, and we are trying to discover the name of the Wikipedia article by guessing words, and it will reveal the redacted words if any copies of that exist. Blank, blank, blank. What's a two-letter word that isn't automatically revealed? In or on. I think of is as well. Okay, well, let's start with the easy ones. Something like war. All right, there's two examples of war, so probably not anything to do with war. It's only mentioned twice in the entire article. Um, let's do science. Okay, eight copies of science, one instance right at the end. I do notice a dash here, but this is it's not like a year. This is not a year at all. World, people. Okay, yeah, those are both fair. World, there's some instances of it. People, one. Let's go. Can you play Pirates Gambit tomorrow? It's so fun. I have put it in my library. I can't guarantee I'm going to play it tomorrow specifically, but I do have it in my library for the future. There's a couple of games that I have in my library or on my radar that people have requested. Smokey, hello. You've come to join us here near the end of stream. Would you like to get up here? Oh, that was the quietest meow ever. He opened his mouth and it just like nothing came out. Come on, sleepy boy. Get up here. Fluffy tail. Come on up, buddy. Yeah. Mr. Mokes. Just not Friday as I have a test and I will miss most of the stream. Rip. Okay, I'll try my best not to do it specifically on Friday then. So if that's the case, then chances are it will be next week sometime because for those of you who don't know, because I may not have said it explicitly, I won't be here Saturday or Sunday. I will likely end stream a little bit early on Friday, and it will be a later stream on Monday. But Saturday, Sunday, if I do any streaming, it's going to be like a weird vlog style thing. I won't be playing a game. All right, let's see. What are we doing here? Of, I assume, is given. Yeah. Was. Okay, so this is something in the past tense. Was. Let's do like he. He. Okay, so it's a dude. It was a dude, probably like a diplomat or a king. I don't suppose it would be day. No, but it is in here. Surprising number of times. But it's not in the title. Emperor, maybe. Not emperor. Not really king either. Monarch, okay. No. I don't know if this is a king. I mean, the existence of day makes me think like Italy or Europe. Okay. Not either. What is up with you, Smokey? Why are you like twitching out of your mind right now? Quit tickling your ears on the top of the table if you don't want to start being all twitchy. Uh, born out of wedlock to a blank blank and a was Napoleon? Well, Napoleon's in here somewhere. Maybe it's France. It's France. Or at least there's something involving France here. Okay, we did he. Let's do man then. And well, she makes sense as well, although not as likely to be as many of them around. And mother and father. What is this? And a blank blank in or near. He was blank and blank by the blank blank and um hmm. Who is Joan of Arc's guardian? I have no fucking clue. Death. Since his death, there has not. I didn't realize not wasn't included. Only 5 instances of Pope. So probably not that. Let's try Spain. No Spain at all. Okay, let's do China then. That's another easy guess. See, I see in or near blank. I'm trying to get like the country that he was born in or a city or something. I did Italy. I mean, I can do Arc. It's not Joan of Arc. I feel like she would be mentioned at least once if it was her guardian. This is a very long name. This is some super weird name. Like an artist or some shit. Yeah. Writer, maybe? Art? This is an artist or something. It wouldn't be like Monet or anything, right? Wouldn't be Monet or Manet. Though he wasn't an artist himself, I feel like that would be mentioned in the first couple sentences. He was a lot of things, apparently, right? He was apparently quite a few things. Perhaps a write. I did writer. Could be a musician. Not a musician. Could be a painter. Painter. As a painter. Yeah, he was definitely a painter at the very least. He was a lot of things, but a painter among them. I know Picasso had some long ass name, but that's not Picasso's not enough letters. What about something like religion? Nothing. No mention of his religion at all. Okay. This is not easy. Okay, blank and France. Four-letter country and France. At least I would assume we're talking about two countries if you're putting it with and France. Okay. Perhaps I'm gonna start guessing some random countries. Poland, English. See ya, smokes. Country. One instance of country. Come on. Is that he was born in blank, a country. I mean, could it be like Japanese? No, it wasn't Chinese. This isn't gonna be like a fucking South American painter, right? Yes, this is true. It's not in his name, so his name is some other two-letter word. He's a pretty famous painter. Yeah, but there's a lot of famous painters. Also, hello, Austin. There's a lot of famous painters. How's it going? Like, really famous. Yeah, but there's a lot of really famous painters. Like, I can go through a bunch of them, but I gotta figure out which one I'm looking for. Like, Hitler was a really famous painter. What do you, like... um... Like, it can't be Van Gogh. Picasso doesn't work. Mm-mm-mm. Featured in the hit game Assassin's Creed, the game that I haven't played. Oof, ouch. Um, I have tried a couple of painters, I just haven't hit the right one. Uh, I'm kind of surprised that Italy wasn't in here more. Too many French painters, lol. They do be around a fair bit. Try inventor? Oh, are you okay? Only one instance of inventor. Why couldn't it be Da Vinci? We tried de, not duh. Why is that too many letters? It's the exact number of letters. Leonardo di Ser Piero da Vinci. Da Vinci. He lived to 67. Not bad. Painter, draftsman, of course. Engineer, scientist, theorist, sculptor, and architect. Not inventor for whatever reason, though. All right. 41's not too bad. I am going to end stream here pretty quick. I need to go finish my laundry and get a little bit of food, but are you around, Austin, or are you just like procrastinating? Both of y'all. You're around? Word. Give me like 15 minutes and maybe I'll hop in VC. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow, same time as always. You know the drill. Peace.